Hey.
I got a question for you guys. Who was that last person in the intro? I don't remember him.
Executive producer. He's an executive producer, very important to the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He funds this whole enterprise.
Wish you could tell me that.
So thanks, Clay, for that new intro. I love it.
You like it? It's cool.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, Parks and Rec is one of my favorite shows, so I feel like I'm part of it now.
You know what? I started rewatching a few episodes of last week because of that. Community, at least the first couple seasons.
Yes.
The first couple seasons were really good. Oh yeah.
There's some gold.
Justin Lin, all the paintball episodes he did.
Yeah. Yep. Then he would go on to do one of the greatest Star Trek movies ever.
And Fast and Furious.
What's Fast and Furious?
It's like Star Trek, but in cars.
Star Trek, but in cars. Who's the Vulcan then?
Oh, Ben Diesel. It's Diesel. He's the most emotionalist person, in that series.
Yeah, I think.
I just want to read Spock lines now.
Yeah, based on that, I think Tyrese would be Kirk because they're the most right.
Well, where's that put Paul Walker?
Oh man, yeah, he's Bones. He's Bones.
Maybe.
Car Trek.
Car Trek. Oh shit.
Thanks, Robbie. I do want to do that episode where Clay does play the trailers and Josh and I have to try to figure out what the story is.
Yeah.
That is an episode coming up very soon.
Oh, good.
Also, FYI to anybody watching live, you go. Who's BRB?
Me.
You're on the wrong chat, friend.
Okay. Then right. I will be right back.
All right.
Okay. The Rock. Oh, who is The Rock in Star Trek?
Oh Lord,
he's a Klingon, right? He has to be a Klingon.
He has to be a Klingon. He's got too much. But I can't believe I'm saying this, but he has too much. What are they used to? Most electrifying personality. To be a human.
He's got to be the Klingon that becomes part of the crew later on. What? I haven't watched enough Star Trek to know, but I mean, if you say so, yeah, sure.
You mean we got to do an episode just to educate you on Star Trek?
Oh, there's not enough time.
Yeah,
I mean, I watched the new Star Trek movies. I think that's pretty good. I mean,
that keeps you in the realm of Kirk. You need to open up your boundaries. You got to know Picard. Especially, the new season of Picard looks amazing.
Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah.
I know it came out this week, right?
Yeah, with Q in there. Oh my God, John DeLance.
Yeah, I'm not. Star Trek's never been my bag. I used to watch reruns of the one with 7 of 9.
Voyager.
That
one's good too. That one's good too.
On UPN, he's Worf. Yeah, Artificial Orange Studios.
Interesting story. Mark Walters, he actually asked me to work back in the day when we still had Dallas Comic Con. When he was still a part of Dallas Comic Con, he actually had me be the handler for Kevin Conroy.
It could happen.
No, I did. I'm sitting there having to help people go through to get his signature, and this one guy, older gentleman, walks right by me, taps Conroy on the shoulder, and he goes, "Hey." Conroy looks at him and goes, "Oh my God!" And they just give up and they give each other a hug. It's John DeLance who plays Q. So I'm looking here.
Cool.
Holy crap! I've got Batman and Q, the two most powerful entities in the world, right next to me.
Very cool. I do want to say for anybody watching live, I know we got a few people watching live. If you're not subscribed, you could subscribe right now and be our 200 subscriber. I got the live count, like I'm watching it as we watch live, because we are very close to 200. Like we are one away from 200. So if you want to be at 200, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, all the YouTube stuff, get the channel growing. All right, Clay's back. So this is our This is going to be our Father's Day special because it is Father's Day, and we just happen to be recording. We're planning to do a Fast and Furious thing, but we'll save that probably for next weekend. Next week is going to be interesting because we got a few things. We might be able to go to a convention.
Well, not mine. I'm just going.
And see, well, not only that, we may be able to see each other in person. And we did hit 200 subscribers right now.
We could record a live show.
I'm already ready. Get micro interviews, possibly.
Yes, yeah, that's probably what we need to do. So whoever that was, thank you.
We're 200
now.
Hey. 200, we did it. Yay! All right, cool. I like both big milestones, the 100 and the 200. We've done it live, which is pretty cool. As some would say, that's pretty cool. All right. So before we do get onto our Father's Day episode, and whatever that entails, let's talk about a little bit what we've been doing on our previously on next issue. Now, Josh isn't here. Unfortunately, because he is doing Father's Day stuff.
He's allowed.
So we gave him the day off.
We virtually have him though. Josh, what have you been up to?
Oh God.
How do you feel about Daniel, Josh?
Oh, we can't hear the drops. That's weird.
You can't hear him?
No, I know we just heard him earlier.
Shit.
Wow, why do I feel like I'm back on the set of check charts?
It's okay. We always have backup drops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll get our tech figured out. Great. No computer. We're not restarting right now. You know what? Let's just drop it. Let's just drop it to previously on next issue. I'll start because I read a bunch this week. So I read Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Ooh, how was
by
that?
Tom King and Bill Kisavely. So imagine if it's a Supergirl comic, but it's mixed with like a sword and sorcery like flavor.
So is it not set in the normal DC universe?
It is, but I don't think like Supergirl's off planet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like fantasy sword and like there's a dude that looks just like Conan. He might as well be a barbarian. This planet has a red sun that either depowered or lowered Kara's powers. And it's Tom King. I was already on board. The art by Evely's really good.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
She did stuff on Sandman the Dreaming when they relaunched that a while back.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so if you want, I did a full review for the channel. So you can watch that there. Also Static Season 1 by Vita.
Oh my God, that was good. I read that was good.
Yeah. It was I love the milestone stuff. I'm happy that it's coming out physically as well because originally this was supposed to be digital only, or at least digital first, like on the DC Infinite app. But actually, when I went to the store on Wednesday, they had some physical copies. So I was like, okay, they must have changed their minds because of all the delays. I also did a review for that. Venom 200. Did any of you guys read? Were any of you guys reading Venom?
Well, I was gonna say I've got the issue right here, but I haven't been. Okay. So I'm going through my any Donny Cates Venom I've got. I'm just piling up. I'm gonna read them all and King in Black. So I'm just gonna have a Donny Cates love fest.
Now, one problem is that
I saw how many covers you bought. That's a $10 book, dude.
Okay, well, why is your name still Daniel? Put variant in there, please.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I got one.
How many? I was gonna say because your original video, I don't think you had that many.
I have 8. I have 8 because I picked one more at Titan.
$80 on a single freaking book.
I had to put the Jock cover back because I was like, I could only get one, and this is what I'm getting.
So I will say, at Sanctuary, if you're a full subscriber with a pull list, you get 20% of your full pull list. and everything else you pick up, and every other issue you pick up that day. So they're only $8.
Hey, I get a discount at Urban Legends too, but again, it's a $10 book that you already have a copy of.
Yeah. So if you're watching live, leave us a comment. I'll give you a code to read this book.
This is
Okay, that's worth it right there.
Yeah, I have a bunch of spare codes now. I only need one. I already redeemed it, so I have 7 extra codes.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Daniel's the reason what almost killed the comic industry in the late 90s.
And now I'm the one keeping it alive. On my shoulders only. I do have. So there is one more variant I want to buy, but this one is.
Oh God.
I know, Kyle.
I can't blame you. You're just buying them. It's Marvel who's one's making them.
Yeah.
So this is the one I want to get. It's an art germ cover.
Don't blame the addict, blame the dealer.
It is a cool cover.
Yeah,
cool. You're right.
But this one you got to get through his shop exclusively.
Really?
But my shop, Sanctuary, Sean, the owner, buys a lot of stuff from Art Germ. So I told him if he's gonna make an order, if he can just get an extra one of these for me, and then I'll buy it from him whenever he gets it.
Okay.
So yeah. So those are very cool. But the whole run is really good. I recommend it. It was only 35 issues, plus the Absolute Carnage and the King in Black stuff. Even if you don't read all the times, it's like 45 books maybe.
Yeah.
But it's a really good run. It's a really, really good run. I'm still debating if I like it better than the Remender run from when Venom. But they're different characters, right? This is Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
That was Flash Thompson as Agent Venom.
I miss Agent Venom though.
Yeah, we are
Venom too. Yeah, well, I mean, I loved when he was in space. I mean, that was just
part of the Guardians. Yeah.
Well, he had his own solo title where he was.
That's right.
Yeah. And it was really fun. I love the art in that book a lot.
This book hints at a possible Agent Anti-Venom book coming out of this.
Huh.
So yeah, we'll see. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what Al Ewing and Ram V they do with the new book, because they're also really, really killing it. But the writing is very different to Kate's. Like, they're writing about way different stuff. So I feel like it's going to be more cosmic and kind of out there.
Yeah.
As opposed to this, which was a lot about the relationship between Venom and the symbiote. And then Venom trying to reconcile being a good dad to Dylan, right?
Yeah.
So, happy Father's Day, Eddie. Real quick, I'll touch on a few other things. New Mutants 19. That was really sad book. It's really good, but it got very sad. The Heroes Reborn one-shot Weapon X and Final Flight, which is the Alpha Flight spin-off of the Heroes Reborn universe.
Okay, I do want to check it out, but I'm gonna wait till it's cheaper.
Yeah, or on Marvel Unlimited or something. But it was good. I enjoyed it. I like the characters in it. And Demon Days Mariko, the Peach Momoko book, that's kind of like set in an alternate X-Men universe.
Yeah.
I love her art, so like just seeing that, like I'll always pick those up. That's a nice little story. I finally read the DC Pride anthology from last week, which is just really cool stories. There was a really good story about Alan Scott talking to, I think Obsidian is his kid.
No,
Kyle, does that sound right?
Which one?
The new Obsidian.
Jade.
That Alan Scott's kid?
Jade. There's no new Obsidian. It's still Todd. It's still the original Obsidian. Obsidian
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think recently Alan Scott came out to his kids.
Yeah.
In the previous anthology, and
I'm actually okay with the way they did it, because he goes, I've been hiding this for so long. I actually married a couple times. Blah blah blah. It wasn't like, we're just retconning. He's always been gay. I like the fact there's been like a progression that they eventually said, okay, we're making him. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that I can deal with.
So it was really nice, because it was just kind of like Obsidian and Alan Scott talking about it. And then the other story I really liked was the Batwoman story about how she kind of grew up not feeling like her, like not knowing what was wrong with her, because not only did she lose her sister Beth, which is a little different from the Batwoman show, like the story in the comic is a little different, but she not only did she lose her sister, she also she had the inner conflict of like being in the closet and then going through life not coming out of the closet and not knowing who she really was. So that was a really nice story by James Tynion. I love the way he writes Batwoman. But yeah, I recommend it.
I will say this: if with Obsidian, read I think it's Infinite Frontier number possibly 2 or 3, but it deals with Jade and Obsidian. Okay. After they just come out from talking to their dad, and basically Jade being alive. Well, they're realizing she's alive again, but not fully accepting her power, being afraid of it. So she basically has to work with Obsidian to go help somebody, and then basically it's her progression to be able to use the power, the Starheart, that power that she has inside of her again. So she brings up all the references of the previous before New 52. Like she knows, I've been in love with a Green Lantern. I've been in space. So it's like they're talking to stuff back from the 90s. So it's like DC's coming back to everything.
Yeah, they're bringing up a lot of their stuff. Yeah. I think one of the cool things that I kind of realized this week as I was working on a review for a book, a lot of these creators, they're kind of like our contemporaries, or either like they're in that gap where it's close enough that we all kind of grew up watching and liking the same stuff or very similar stuff. So like it's like now people like us, just more talented, are making the stuff we like. So this is like our sensibilities are very similar, right? So yeah, that was a nice realization this week. I watched a few movies, not in preparation for this, just because I wanted some stuff. Because Hulu told me to. Hulu. I watched Die Hard 3, and then Live Free or Die Hard, which is I've decided is my favorite Die Hard movie.
I'm out. Bye. See you guys. I'm off the show.
It's really Timothy Olyphant is what makes that movie for me.
She was my favorite.
Kevin Smith's in it. Justin Long. Wait, did you say 2?
Yeah. She was my favorite. Yeah.
Really? That's the one I've seen like the lowest
after 2. In my opinion, there is nothing after 2. I don't acknowledge any other freaking, even the one with Samuel L. Jackson. Maybe it might be okay, but 2 is my favorite of the Die Hard.
Here at the Church of Bruce Willis, we accept all diehards. All diehards are welcome at the Bruce Willis Church.
Even the 5th one?
Yes, even
the 6th one.
We love his son, even though his daughter would have been a better action hero.
I mean, bring it or not, the commercial they did recently was the battery commercial was a better movie than 4.
We do not accept Die Hard commercials at the Bruce Willis cult. We do not accept Die Hard commercials.
All right, the last thing
we do accept Seagram's commercials, though. We'll accept a good Seagram's jingle.
I have one more comic, but I think I'll just talk about it whenever Clay brings it up, since he read it as well, so we can piss off Kyle together.
No, Planet X-Men. I tried. I started, but never finished it yet.
I watched my brother got a trial for Paramount Plus because he wanted to watch iCarly.
Oh God, is it already out?
I would say watch iCarly over anything Marky Mark, but tell us about Infinite.
So I watched Infinite. The movie is pretty boring.
That's what I figured.
It's kind of like, either watch, if you want to watch something cool like that, watch John Wick is better. Watch Old Guard is better.
Lord, we were just talking about this weekend.
But the highlight of the movie is definitely Jason Mantzoukas. When he shows up, it's like he's the
shit.
Yeah, he is. He's the only one that read the script and understood the assignment. Everyone else is taking the movie so seriously. That's what the movie suffers from, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that everything is being like.
Wait, isn't Jason Mantzoukas on How This Got Made?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for that episode. I'm gonna have to hear about it, my experience and how the hell this thing got fucking made.
I hope they do the movie. I think so. They've set up an end scene that could lead to a larger, more universe of this stuff. So I don't know if he wants to piss them off right away. But then if it all goes away, then yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's really good in it. But yeah, everything else is like they keep telling you about how the world works because they don't believe their audience is smart enough to understand. And then Mark Wahlberg's just pretty like one note throughout the whole movie. He's got that confused look on his face.
Really, he only can do one thing.
Yeah, there's some good action pieces, but I mean that's just that can't carry your whole movie. But yeah, Jason Mantzoukas is great. His character doesn't even have a name; it's just called the Artisan, which I was like, "Fuck it, I love it." So yeah, I don't think if you're gonna get it to watch iCarly, then I guess put the movie on in the background until.
That was my plan.
Yeah, so I guess it's a good background movie to have on until Jason Mantzoukas shows up, that you can pay attention. But that's
I don't know.
it. That's all.
Yeah, the trailer for it, I see it in fucking commercials over and over again, and it just doesn't do anything for me. It looks like they shot the movie Oblivion with Marky Mark, and that's what this is. Because it just looks like, hey, it's this guy in a spacesuit running around, jumping over cliffs and shit.
The thing is, Tom Cruise, like, he has such big personality. But Mark Wahlberg's been playing this confused character for a long time, like since The Happening.
Do we get that level of acting though in this?
I think we got more acting out of the Transformers than we did this film.
Yeah, that's probably.
I will admit,
I think it's a Transformer.
I love Transformers 5 just because Marky Mark's in it, and that they killed T.J. Miller in a kids movie.
Yes,
just burn him alive. Watch, kids.
Like,
this is fun.
Like a Judgment Day type of like going out with when Linda Hamilton was having that dream or whatever.
Oh, that's so great.
All right, but that's all. That's all. Like I said, I did a bunch of reviews for a bunch of this stuff on the channel. So if you want more on that, I'll go back and try to put the links down below. But if not, just subscribe and then you can go watch them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Clay, you want to go next?
Sure. I have a Roku, so you automatically get like the Roku
brag.
channel.
I have a Roku.
I have a spare $25. Yeah,
not anymore.
Not anymore. Actually, my monitor is a Roku TV, and so it's built in. And whenever you have that, and you're just going through regular channels, Roku adds their streaming stuff in it automatically. So you automatically get a whole bundle of other channels. But because they bought up all of the Quibi TV, I watched Bad Ideas with Adam Devine. And it's wild because Quibi paid a lot of money, I know, for these shows. And they're just, Roku's just letting you watch them all for free. There's like no charge. So I went through the whole season and they're like 7 minutes. And it's just like, what if Jackass was done by celebrities? And that's it. I mean, so it's literally 7 minutes of here's the setup. I'm doing this stunt with this person, and they do a stunt. And the only thing that's really kind of fun in it is when he's truly terrified. When you see someone, because like when you watch Jackass and you always saw Steve-O, when Steve-O got sober and you saw real fear in his eyes, that's what you see in Adam in this show. So when Adam gets to a stunt he really doesn't want to do, he looks really terrified. And so it's worth like 7 minutes of watching just to see those moments break out.
Did they reformat everything to the widescreen format? Because I think their shows were kind of shot to be shown on the phone.
Oh no, it was widescreen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or at least not everything, but some of the shows were made for that vertical format because that was the point of Quibi.
Yeah.
I know there's a few things. I know Kevin Smith did a show that I would like to watch if it comes out on Roku.
Which one?
I don't remember what it's called, but I'll look it up while Clay goes on.
There
was spoilers. There's Comic Book Man. There's
but I mean, it was a Quibi show.
That's right. I remember him. He was like one of the biggest supporters for that.
And the Russo brothers were doing like a comic book anthology thing, a documentary thing for Quibi as well.
That's right.
So those things interest me. So like, I would spend the $25 to get a Roku. Because I don't think you could just download a Roku app to an Apple TV.
Probably.
I thought it was already on there.
I don't know. But yeah, go on, Clay. I'll find the shows that we're talking about.
I in research for some stuff I'm working on, I reread Day of Vengeance. Kyle probably remembers Day of Vengeance. DC. It was post Day of Judgment with Bill Willingham set up Eclipso.
Oh, okay.
So Spectre has lost its person and is wandering aimlessly, and Eclipso wants to possess the most powerful people on Earth. Tries to do Superman, Captain Marvel, and the trade is really weird because the first two issues are Judd Winnick and Ian Churchill doing Superman versus Captain Marvel with Eclipso mixed in. What you got? You have a look of concern, Kyle.
No. I was trying to remember this. Right. I didn't actually read Day of Vengeance. I remember Infinite Crisis. I liked. I bought all of that, but I didn't actually read the Day of Vengeance book.
Yeah, Day of Vengeance is like pre-Infinite Crisis.
Yeah. This is back when like Superman was controlled by Maxwell Lord. Batman is kind of questioning everything, and they basically are all having like the Trinity has become unhinged, and so everybody's they're dropping into the world of despair, and so hence I guess this.
Yeah, and it's weird. It was I don't know, the Day of Vengeance mini itself is just not great. But the two books before are awesome. Judd Winnick and Ian Churchill kill it. I forget how great Ian Churchill's artwork is. Very, very fine lines.
Oh my god, greatness.
And just unbelievable on Captain Marvel and Superman. Like that, those two books are worth the whole thing.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, and so then you get into the 4-issue mini that just kind of follows the origins of Shadow Pact at this point in time, and it just kind of falls apart. It just really is not boring. They fail, and then it sets up Infinite Crisis. So it's almost like it was a book that was kind of put there to just set up a bigger series. Plus, Bill Willingham went on to write a Shadow Pact for like 16 issues. So
it did set up. I mean, I still think Infinite Crisis is one of the best Crisis books out there.
Really?
I mean, bring back Earth 2, Superman, the whole I love that second issue when he goes to the Batcave and is trying to talk to Bruce of Earth 1, and trying to talk about the friendship with Bruce of Earth 2, and just that whole thing was my Robin a better one than yours, and he gives that face like no, he wasn't, So it's like I don't know, the formation of Superboy Prime becoming the main big bad of that whole series.
I think also it has one of the best, like it's one of my favorite one shots to kind of go back and reread, that Prelude to Infinite Crisis where they kill Ted Kord.
Yeah.
Like that 80-page giant is one of my favorite things to just go back and read, because it's a sad story especially if you like Ted Kord, but it's just a really well told. Yeah. Kyle, all of you.
Fuck you, DC.
DC editorial. Don't worry, Kyle. None of those people are there anymore.
I know.
Except maybe Jim Lee.
Well, he's back alive, so I can let that anger go.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I love that. I love that issue. Like it's just really fun to read. It shows you how cool Ted Kord really is, because he's kind of like being the detective.
Yeah.
In that one issue.
Well, he is a badass. He literally is a badass. It's just they make him to a comical character in the comic book world.
I know. I mean, he's a Beetle. That's on him. It's all about branding in the DC universe.
Okay, so he's Spider-Man without powers. He has the athleticism of Batman, and he decides to be a bug hero like Spider-Man, but he's no less cool.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like he's so super smart, but then he found like his best friend in Booster, and then just being goofballs kind of downplays how smart he is. But man, they're just best friends. Like,
they just bro out. We're gonna get that series coming up, so I'm excited for that Booster and Gold series that's coming up. Oh my
god, yes, finally.
When will we get the TV show and movie?
Baby steps. The fact we're getting a comic series is the first, Yeah.
I will say there is one shot in Day of Vengeance that is pretty great. It is Spectre. Imagine a giant Spectre that looks like a Cthulhu in the background, like a god just fighting.
This is when he's fighting Captain Marvel, isn't it? Like the big Captain, like
giant Captain Marvel.
That's fine. Okay, all right.
Yeah, and that's really cool. Like I miss like giant epic fights like on that level. And it gives you more magic stuff, but man, that Ian Churchill stuff is so solid. Like, go back and check that stuff out. That is really quality artwork.
He's one of the first artists that I've met and got signatures from.
Oh wow!
Nice.
During the New 52, like he was doing Ravagers.
Mm-hmm.
So when he came to one of the cons here, I don't remember if it was Fan Days or one of Mark's thing. I guess that was Mark's thing before.
Yeah.
Like it was that long ago. So, that was really cool. Here I found look at that.
Yes.
It's not the best picture, but I love this whole 4 months until the Infinite Crisis, like the little countdown.
You got to build the hype.
That's good stuff.
I know we're gonna get into Planet X-Men, but I wanted to talk about the slice of life anime I found, because when you brought it up in one of the episodes, I just started Googling and looking at some of the stuff out there, and someone had taken this one called Honobono Log. Am I saying that right?
Wait, what?
Are you looking at the show notes, Kyle? Because you would be better.
Let me hold on. Let me Day of Vengeance. Honobono Log. Let me.
And can you say the
Naka
name?
Fukamachi.
Okay. And I dropped a link in the show notes, but this turned out to be a slice of life that started on Twitter.
Interesting.
Just comics, just still comics that they animated into this. Now, the link I dropped in there is the show repeated, one after another. So you get the intro music for a show that's like just a few minutes long. So the music is almost as long as the show sometimes. So it gets kind of repetitive. But
so it's very short.
Yeah, it's very short, but it's very peaceful. The music is very peaceful, but then it becomes very catchy after hearing it over and over again. And it's just characters hanging out in just like a moment. Yeah. And that's what's so peaceful about it. I mean, I consume a lot of media, but I put on a lot of peaceful stuff to still take in things, but not just like cloud my head. Yeah. And this was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna start looking for more.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad you shared it. I'm gonna check it out.
Apparently it's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Crunchyroll has a little news story about the origins of it coming from the comic strip. So it's kind of interesting. I definitely say check out the comic strip first.
Okay.
But the YouTube, once it starts playing, it's in your head. So I wish they would have broken it down into episodes you could kind of consume a bit at a time.
Gotcha.
Cool.
And Daniel, let's get into this. Planet Size X-Men.
So whenever I read this, after it was done, I was like, I told you guys in the chat, oh, I really like this book, but I know Kyle's gonna hate it.
Why am I gonna hate it? Just go straight to the reason. Why am I gonna hate it?
So you said you haven't finished reading it, right?
I only read the first couple pages. I got sidetracked and.
So
yeah, it's very intense in the beginning.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think Gary Duggan really does a good job of telling this tale, but in the end, like the whole crux of this thing, and even and spoilers for X-Men if you haven't caught up, sorry. Like the crux of what we're doing here with the X-Men and the whole Hellfire Gala, it was to announce that
the new X-Men team
that they have built. No.
Oh.
That was one of the announcements, but they have built Planet Araco, and they have their own mutant. They terraformed Mars.
That's what this whole book is terraforming.
That's what this whole they grabbed all their Omega level mutants
and
terraformed the planet.
Oh, but it's beautiful though.
Beautiful. I don't want the X-Men as a fucking planet or nation. I want them being back as the superhero team in Westchester, the mansion.
But we'll get to the question of the week, and then we'll see how it changes for you, because I think
I guarantee you, I can't. That I've thought about that myself, and that answer's changed daily because of depending on what event I'm going through.
Yeah. But it's really beautiful to see them kind of come together, and they're all agreeing on things. And there is like this lizard person who cuts itself to flood or create the oceans of Mars. I mean, you watch all these pieces come together through all these mutants working together, though. That's the incredible thing. Is everything is moving forward for them. They're creating their best reality.
I know you say this, but it's Marvel. Nothing ever stays like the way they want it. So I want to know. I can already see it. They're already building up. We're going to terraform Mars. We're going to have Planet X-Man, and yet it's going to somebody's going to F them over so badly, and it's going to go back. Oh, now we're hated by the humankind again. You just know they're building up something so big that the downfall is going to be like, what the hell did they just do? That's Marvel.
Yeah. I mean, the greatest setup will be the downfall of the X-Men. There will be someone internally that will murder.
Something,
retcon, whatever.
Something's gonna happen. Those people from that they have locked up are gonna get away. But so this panel is Storm.
Yeah, I saw that panel. Okay.
There's no weather in Mars, so she's bringing weather to Mars. Like there's the concepts they use. Magneto flies with an asteroid full of iron that he brings to the planet to make a core, because Mars doesn't have a core like Earth does. Like we need a core to, like, it's just Iceman.
Some hard sci-fi.
Yeah, Iceman, like he after that other mutant from Morocco floods, creates the water. Iceman makes like polar the poles
Ice caps
and freezes them. Like it's so like it's such high concept sci-fi.
Yeah.
The day when they say they can't not retcon, or they can't bring anybody back to life again, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept. I think if
this mutant brought in so there's mutants from Morocco that I don't know what they do, but this one's bringing in like microorganisms and
plants,
bacteria. Like it's just beautiful, and the art Pepe Larraz, like he
nails
fucking killed it. Yeah. So it's so good. I recommend it. I know, but as like I said, because they're getting farther away from what Kyle wants, I knew he was not gonna like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not a huge fan. I dropped all the books except X-Men and Way of X. Like it's a lot of dense shit. But when you talked about you wanted to talk about this and how excited you were, I wanted to see what was going on, and absolutely love the cover that they dropped on the version I got, the variant.
That one's so cool. Yeah, I didn't get
Rogue just looks smoking in this. I never get excited about costumes, but Rogue has always had kick-ass costumes since the beginning.
I picked my battles. I picked my battles with the variants this week.
Well, I only bought one, so it's not like I'm,
because I was getting so many Venom ones. I was like, no, sorry, other books.
But yeah, I kind of loved it. Like if I was 12 years old reading the X-Men and it started to get in this hard sci-fi, I would totally be into it because I had nothing but time to read. I don't have that same amount of time to invest in everything that's going on in each book because it is so dense. Now that they have a planet and I know it's going to get bigger, the concept itself is tough to wrap your head around. Just they're superheroes, but they're their own people that have a planet and their own island, and they're trying to build a better world. Either get on board or not. But they view humans as completely separate. And now they're Earthlings.
Yeah. Now they still have the island of Krakoa on Earth, but the island of Morocco is what they moved, and that's where everybody kind of is now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, like Kyle mentioned, I'm sure once Hickman's done, they'll put stuff back where they think it belongs. They might keep some of this stuff. I hope they keep the Araco mutants around because they're.
Oh, I don't care. I don't mind having different mutants. I don't like the fact they're building the X-Men to think, we're superior above everybody else. Yeah, I get it. You're mutants who are born with gifts, superpowers, but they're making them seem like too much of a superior class compared to the rest of the world. I get it. They're being hunted and nobody wants them around, but it's just making yourself seem like the gods does not seem like the way to go, especially with the superhero.
Magneto's the one that
when you can't die. When you can't die? What do you think you are?
Yeah, but it's only because Marvel's like, we can't keep anybody dead for more than 2 years. Let's write a story into why the X-Men won't stay dead. It's just
But they always write those to be undone. So the fact that they can't die now will eventually be erased.
I know, and I'm looking forward to that. I'll be straight up honest.
but these hard sci-fi stories are great. I love that they're a little more dense. They're not just dumb superhero stories, but there's a place and time for everything. I mean, this just isn't your X-Men run.
No,
and I've
it's
never
not mine either.
I'll be straight up honest. It really hasn't been my X-Men run ever. And I thought about this recently, and I started thinking about our topic, and I started thinking about one character. And I think the X-Men has, and don't get me wrong, I think there have been some great runs, especially with like Josh. Well, sorry, I'm not trying to give the man credit, but I do think Josh Whedon's run of X-Men was pretty good. The Grant Morrison stuff was good, but the X-Men have not been the X-Men I liked since Cyclops merged with Apocalypse back in the late 90s. Ever since he got a different attitude and he started the relationship with Emma Frost, that's when he, in my opinion, at least his character has gone to Shitsville. The X-Men have not been the X-Men like what I used to like about them. John Byrne Cyclops, X Factor Cyclops, Jim Lee Cyclops. And that's the X-Men kind of era that I really enjoy. And he seems to be more like that now, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not for me.
I think his relationship with Jean was always about like them growing up together and being kids, and and just kind of that childhood sweetheart love. I think with Emma, it's very much more adult, and she's carries
toxic.
She carries herself in a completely different way. Like like even those early Emma Frost books, the little mangas that they did, manga-sized stories.
Yeah,
she's kind of a mean bitch as a kid, and so because she was getting picked on and she looked different, and so her harder edge is who she is now, and she prepares for everything. And I even like in the Old Man books where she uses her manipulation to still make people think she's beautiful. Like she's so vain.
Yeah.
But she is all about presentation, and that's what Scott is now.
If you read the Gala stuff, yes. The coolest party of the summer. All right. Clay, was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I have a few questions for Kyle before we let him talk about his stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah, go
last
for it.
Week, last week you weren't able to be in the show, but I feel like last week was your week to shine. So I want to quickly get your thoughts on the Masters of the Universe trailer.
Yeah, the fact you went ahead and did that without me, I'm very unhappy about.
Listen, the show must go on, or something like that. But
when are you available for us, Kyle? When are you making time for
All I know is I'm watching that thing. They've got heroes who never made to the original Filmation series like Clamp, and they start doing I Need a Hero. And I swear to God, the first thing that went into my mind, and again, and I want to bring this. How many times am I going to hear that damn song within a matter of a week?
Because what the hell?
He-Man, and then
Guardians.
Guardian, Loki.
And Loki, yeah.
Yeah, but I actually tweeted Kevin Smith going, I love the trailer, but why is it that when that song came out, I had flashbacks of Short Circuit 2, and he actually liked my tweet. He actually gave me, I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's like, was that song like on sale to use this year or something?
I don't know, but
was there a discount?
It fit for me. It worked for that trailer.
see, I only think it made sense to Guardians since it's from that time period. So I don't understand why it would be good in He-Man.
Kevin Smith talked about that on his podcast.
It's Kevin Smith. Well, that's all there is to it.
He talked about it on his podcast. There's this one guy that's kind of, he's the one in charge of He-Man and getting all that stuff done on Netflix. I don't remember his name. Tom something. Yeah. Tom Executive or whatever.
Tom Executive.
He everything that they're doing.
Figure.
Yeah, everything they're doing kind of goes through him. Mm-hmm. He picked that song.
Oh, okay.
And then once they put it in the trailer, Kevin Smith was like, "Okay, yeah, this really works." But okay, I'm glad because, like I said, Kyle is our Motu person in the podcast. Like I like Motu, but only because I was really into the toys when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Not so like I don't remember watching all the episodes, and I don't think I will because there's too many.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely
remember it as well.
No, it's awesome because a friend of mine picked this up for me yesterday. It was in the clearance section at apparently a Kroger, but it's the Hot Wheels Masters Universe Land Shark.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Like I mentioned on my reaction, like Beastman is my favorite redesign, like my favorite updated design. He looks so cool.
And I'll say this: Hamill knocks it out of the park as Skeletor.
Oh
Oppenheimer will always be my favorite Skeletor, but when hearing Hamill as Skeletor, I'm just like, okay, you got me. I didn't think you were going to be bad, but you got me.
Yeah, that one's one of our better videos too. It's got 2,400 views, so
dope. Yeah, I cannot wait for that show to be released next month. Oh my
God. I think we may need to do a full. It's only 6 episodes, part 1 of season 1.
Really?
So we may, yeah. So we could probably just do like a whole show on the season 1.
Yeah,
whenever that comes out.
I'm already ready for it.
All right, so I'm excited. That one's one I'll probably will binge because it's only going to be like maybe 3 hours tops.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. There was one more. Was there another trailer that came out last week? I wanted to ask Kyle about.
I don't think so.
Stargirl. Did you watch the Stargirl?
Again, yeah. Okay, yeah. Again, I watched your guys' response to it, and I can only say 3 things. 1, Jade. 2, Shade. 3, the Lightning, the Thunderbolt. Oh my God, the fact we're getting all this shit in there, and I'm just like, oh my God. And the fact that Shade's sitting there talking to her dad, talking to Stripesy. Have you taught them any manners? I'm like going, oh my God, please. If what we're watching is embodying anything of what we had from the James Robinson run, I'm totally in. Not that I wasn't into the series already, but oh my god.
Yeah.
I did read those thoughts in last week's show because you put them on there. I was like, well, here's Kyle's input because he mentioned some things, but when the Green Lantern showed up, Clay and I did the reaction video.
Well, I don't think Green Lantern did show up. It's just Jade. I think she's there to try to get her lantern
with his ring though.
Yeah,
right.
And the lantern.
I know.
Yeah, that was super cool. I was
I can understand why she has it, because if she is imbued with part of the Starheart is the lantern, so that is sort of the source of the power. So,
okay, I'm not as familiar with that character, so that's why we need you here.
Why? How's he still?
Listen, I'm here because I'm reading all the X-Men books, and somebody has to talk about them.
Again, why is he here? I've always there's so many better books out there than X-Men. Come on, educate yourself. Expand your horizon. Infinity Incorporated.
I still think, how are they going to incorporate the X-Men into the MCU with it being so hard sci-fi the way it is now?
I almost don't want them to for a while.
No. Yeah. All I'm going to say is, okay, I know. I guess, did you guys talk a little bit about Loki last week?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to throw this out. I think it's the best thing they've done so far. The show is so amazing, in my opinion. And two, if we don't have a freaking multiverse by the end of the series, I'm going to Marvel can go jump in a river for all I care.
We know we're getting a multiverse.
I know, but this has to be the opening of the fact that I cannot say the dynamic between Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston is
top notch.
I just want to watch them hang out and talk. I mean, I hope they have as interesting conversations as the ones that are written, because them just talking is as interesting as any of the other stuff in here.
Oh my God.
And kudos to Tara Strong. I mean, for being the voice of DC, coming over to Marvel and getting this show, and now she's like an AI that's part of the TVA.
Are you recording me or are you alive? Well, part of both of it.
yeah. That's very cool. She's a very cool character.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we'll just segue into the rest of Kyle's stuff. So we know he watched Loki. Just thumbs up or down on Superman and Lois for this week. We had a really big cliffhanger last week.
Well, no, and when I found out that it was the revelation last week, that spoilers, you haven't watched it, but the fact that Max, I can't think of his name.
Max Woolard.
It's not Max Woolard, is it?
Yeah.
No, it's Morgan Edge.
Oh, Morgan Edge. Yeah.
Way to go. Yeah. Morgan Edge, the fact that he's a Kryptonian, and it's one of three things. Either he's actually a Kryptonian, he's one of the Kryptonian spirits imbued in his body, or it's the Eradicator. And when they brought the Eradicator into this week's episode, I'm like, yes!
Yeah, that's my hope. If he at any points puts on the glasses,
oh my God,
I'm gonna fucking lose it.
We've got John Henry Irons, we've got the Eradicator. All we need is Con-El, and I'm going to be in like cloud 9 because we've got this Superman mythos in there, and I'm just like, oh my God, come on.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of his kids could be Superboy. I know he's not.
Well, no,
I know it's not Con-El, but
we got to have Con-El. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Jonathan in the current universe, but we need Con-El. We need Connor. We need Con-El. We need Superboy clone. We need that. Like maybe have
Connor and Titans.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but I want him into like the DCU, you know.
We'll see. But yeah, Superman Lois, it's really good. And
we're still because this week on Batwoman they actually had Diggle guest star, and I need to watch that. Well, you come to find out like he's there to help kind of save Luke Fox, and he's there. He's taking the medication, and Luke actually talked to him like Gotham has one of the greatest neurological science here. That's why I'm here. I made an appointment for tomorrow. So something's hurting with his head. He's having problems. And so I'm like, something's going on where I think they're still playing around with the Green Lantern. Like something's happening here. So, but he's still supposed to appear on Superman and Lois too. So now once that happens, we might actually get like something going on. What time frame is this show taken apart? Is it current along with Supergirl and everything else? Is it set in the future? Like where is this kind of set along in the DCU timeline?
Crisis on Diggle here. All right.
Crisis on Diggle.
Well, and even now, start of the next season for Flash, it's going to be a mini crossover. He's going to be a guest star on all the different shows.
Yep.
Man, I am so behind on all my CW shows.
It's the CW, like really Superman and Lois is the one I recommend you catch up on. Even Legends, it's a bit weak this season. I hate that they separated the team.
Yeah, but it's I'm still giving it a shot. I'm
still watching it. It's just not my favorite. Like not my favorite season. But the team works so much better when they're all together.
Yeah, I agree.
Now I remember when I was pulling a video of you and your reaction to Red Hood was not as excited as I thought.
Oh yeah,
Your
yeah.
reaction that's used in that
That was a weird trailer. That was a
That-
freaking weird trailer.
yeah,
Oh, the Red Hood?
the Parks and Rec reaction is actually you reacting to Evil Bebo.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes.
Well, I mean, we get the Stargo trailer, and they put so much in there, and you get the Titan season 3, and it's like you're barely showing it. You have Dick talking about how Gotham is like not a good place.
They showed the crowbar. That's all they want. That's all they needed to show.
Yeah, but it's not a that's just like, hey, violence is coming, and you already know the story.
I feel it's like watching it's like watching the Eternals trailer. We didn't get shit from the Eternals trailer. I mean, it looks nice, it looks beautiful how it's shot, but we still don't know anything about the story. Like nothing. You don't give us any hints. Like we've been here forever, and Steve Rogers and Tony Stark are no longer here, and that's it. You know, it's what's.
Yeah.
Where were you? Like, you know, and I was listening to a podcast, and somebody made a valid point. What happened? Were you guys all saved when the blip happened, or have you gone and now the reason the blip's back, and are you guys realizing you have to take action now in the world because you're not overseeing the galactic problem that you should have been?
Yeah.
And that's his race. I mean, come on. If I'm not mistaken, it's I'm blank on her name. Maleficent.
Angelina
Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Well, in the comic books, she's actually one of Thanos' cousins.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I just want to get through Black Widow so we can move forward finally from that.
You just want to move forward.
And then a week before it airs, we're pushing it back till September.
I hope not. I'm definitely watching Black Widow at home. At this point I just want to watch it.
Black Widow I can see at home. Well, no, actually, I'm not paying $30 for the premiere Disney thing to watch the movie.
I'll be splitting it. So yeah, I would.
I'll just wait.
So. We were gonna try to go to the drive-in last Friday because I really want to see A Quiet Place at least at a theater. You know, A Quiet Place 2. And man, I'm just freaked out about going out. I even got a friend of mine offered me passes to see F9 on Monday night in the theater, and I was like, I could not sit in a theater that long next to people.
What? And you didn't tell him to give him to no. I would have gone.
All I know is I don't care what happens. I'm like as of Wednesday, it'll be the 2-week period. I'll be fully vaccinated. Once how am I blank on everything today? Suicide Squad hits theaters. I'm seeing that that's got to be a big screen. That has to be at a big screen.
I'm probably just gonna watch it at home. I mean, I'm excited for it, but I'm gonna watch it at home.
Let's go through the rest of your stuff, Kyle, so we can.
I'm gonna do it real quick. So I read the newest issue of Superman Red and Blue issue. The comic book dealt with actually focusing on Mr. Mixaplex and Bizarro.
Oh,
it's basically dealing more with some of Superman's enemies. So I thought it was kind of a nice twist. Flash 771 has Wally still going through time, being. Oh, thanks, Riley. Has Wally still going through the time stream where he's basically inhabiting the bodies of different speedsters. So one is him, and they have a panel with him as Max Mercury. Another one where basically he actually inhabits the body of the Reverse Flash and the Legion of Doom as they're trying to kill Superman. So they're in another universe, but it's the Super Friends universe, which is amazing. And then basically has another one where basically he inhabits the body of his older self, but talking to his daughter as they're adults, and how she's like talking about how basically, he thought this whole story arc because he wanted to give up being the Flash so he could give his kids a normal life. But he comes to find out that basically in the future, he's still a superhero and so are his kids. And then basically she also tells him, I'm engaged. And like, who's the guy? I should know about this at least. And so it's just, it's what's hilarious is back at the normal unit, at the Hall of Justice, you have Mr. Terrific, Green Arrow, and Barry all trying to figure out how to get him home. They're talking about the dynamic. And then the phone rings, and it's Linda. And they're like, oh, my God, we should just let it go to voice. I was like, no. I mean, like, why? He's like, do you not understand how mad Linda gets? We shouldn't tell her that Wally is kind of stuck in the Speed Force. Like saying, trust me, we need to tell her. So Mr. Terrific picks up the phone, and you see Ollie just go to Barry's like, I don't know who to be more afraid for, Michael or Linda. And so you just basically have Linda just go off, and Mr. Terrific's I've never seen that much fear in his face before. Having to talk to Linda, trying to explain that he's stuck in the Time Force, and he might be a little bit late getting home. So that story's been kind of fun to read. So, and then, I think the other thing was, fuck you, Apple.
That's
Oh
what
my God.
I saw that on the notes, and I was like, okay, I need to hear more.
Last week, my phone updated. And I woke up. I woke up in the middle of the night, saw it update. I was like, oh, well, it's probably just another update. And now I cannot play my podcast app. I can't even listen to any podcast. It's not. It pops up, but it will not go to a podcast. Will not play anything. So I'm like, what the hell did you guys do?
Time to Spotify. That's where I play.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to a new app. I'm gonna have to get a different app. But until they fix it.
That's where I listen to my podcast. I've been listening to all the stuff I usually listen to.
What, on Spotify or the Apple podcast?
No, on the Apple Podcast app.
But has your phone updated to 14.6? And what iPhone do you have?
I have the newest iPhone, and
I don't. I still have a 7, so it's somehow the update. At least my phone.
Okay, that's probably
time.
Okay.
Oh, so I keep hoping they're going to fix. I'm trying to look for stuff, and apparently 14. A friend of mine's still on 14.5, and he's still listening to it, but 14.6 just.
Okay.
The damn Death Star.
I need to pull that audio. Fuck you, Apple.
Whoa! I want them to send me stuff.
No, not until you're done reading Not until you stop reading X-Men. You don't get any Apple stuff.
Listen, Apple. Me and the 201 subscribers we have.
Did we get another?
We are Legion. All right. Well, cool. Let's move on to our main topic. Which today is Father's Day, and if you live in the U.S. I don't know if it's Father's Day in other countries. I don't think so. But here's what we're going to be talking about. Some dads from media.
Wait,
isn't it always it's always
Oh, yeah,
Father's,
he is.
It's always Father's Day on Krypton.
Oh, boy. I don't know how to respond to that. So I won't. So yeah, I just kind of. I mean, I don't even know how we're gonna tackle this. When Clay and I were talking about the show, at the end of last show, we were just kind of like, yeah, maybe like best and worst dads. I always like bringing up worst dads, and that's what, if you haven't seen Invincible season 1, you may not know why. You may not know why Omni-Man is there on the art.
Who's done more violence to their son, him or Homer Simpson?
Or I hate to say Batman.
Or Batman.
He's had what, 1, 2.
Batman's the best dad. He just collects children.
Oh, that's even better. Hi, you're a kid. You want to be my sidekick?
I got some graves outside next to my parents that is already allotted for you, so you don't have to buy one.
I mean, let's look at how this goes. It's like his first son leaves because Batman doesn't love him enough. He gets his second son killed. His third son basically finally decides to love him and adopt him after his real dad dies. And the fourth one is like this little arrogant, it's like, oh, you should love me. I'm going to force you to love me. It's like, like Pokemon.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I think if you go Stephanie, you go Batgirl, you go Barbara. I mean, Jesus.
And then even all the way up to the late. What's
Signal?
Yeah, Signal, Duke.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking of Carrie Kelly.
Well, and Terry McGinnis. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Jesus. Got to catch them all.
Listen,
who's the worst mentor, Charles Xavier or Bruce Wayne?
Xavier. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Xavier.
He's never faked his death.
Well, no. Batman's straightforward. It's not even about faking your death. He's straightforward. He tells you how it is. This is what you're going to get from me. Xavier manipulates everybody. And basically, it's about what I have to do to get my own. And Batman's like saying, it's my way or the highway. Xavier goes, no, I'm going to manipulate the hell out of you people to do what I want you to do. So it's like Xavier's the worst dad.
I like that we took this turn into worst dads instead of like trying to celebrate the good ones. But yeah, Xavier's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, and I hate to say, Xavier being the biggest influence has also made Cyclops not into a very good father either.
What about Reed Richards as a father? Is he?
Yeah, he's a good father. He's so ADD that sometimes he doesn't realize if he's neglecting Franklin or Val. But I think he's still a better father. He shows he cares about his family. Like he's the one who actually he may neglect him on accidentally, but he at least shows care. He loves his wife, he loves his kids, he loves his brother-in-law, and he loves his best friend. He's never been short of that. When he's neglected, he's shown that he's very sorry about doing it. So,
Kyle, your buddy's trying to start a fight in the comments.
Why? He's right.
Barbara Gordon.
Stephanie.
Wait, who's Barbara Gordon? Oracle. She was Batgirl at one point.
Stephanie Brown
She's the one that many others have to thank her for being the first.
I know. Well, and then you also got Stephanie, who's technically Batgirl now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Jason Todd, who has received the worst, I guess, growing pains from being part of Batman's family?
I'm gonna say Damian.
I think
Injustice when he accidentally kills Dick.
Oh my god! Fucking, you gotta make me cry, Kyle. Just remembering that whole sequence of like what happens to Nightwing.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Oh, and then Alfred. Oh, that whole Injustice. Tom Taylor, how dare you?
How dare you, Tom Taylor?
I mean,
but
geez.
listen, Batman's been through enough this week. All right, I don't think we need to keep dunking on him.
What's Batman been through?
Did you not? Oh, okay,
what?
Not hide your kids. There was an argument.
No. I know you're talking about. Never mind. I know you're talking about.
If you don't know about the Batman discourse, just go on Twitter.
No, you can explain it that the executives at DC had to step forward and say that Batman doesn't do a certain sexual activity because it was going to be portrayed in the Harley Quinn cartoon, right?
Well, they said heroes don't do that. They didn't say specifically
Batman.
Shit. But they're saying none of them.
It.
That's what I'm saying. They're saying DC is saying none of the heroes do that. Which what a boring universe.
I mean, okay, no, I hate to say it, but they might be right about it because I told you about it. In that one issue of Savage Avengers, you have in the Sanctum Sanctorium, you have Doctor Strange floating in midair with Elektra sitting on top of him and them just being hid by the cloak. It's from her top down, and it's her basically on top of him lying down. You realize, okay.
Elektra and Doctor Strange?
There have been weirder ones.
That's a weird pairing, yeah. I know.
Oh, she did hook up with the Punisher for a while too.
Yeah, Wolverine, I think, at one point.
All right,
that to me makes more sense than the Punisher. Punisher seems just emotionally unavailable for anything, and Elektra's like, I'm down with that.
Well, come on, I mean,
that's pretty good. Flash could do it and be so fast that DC would never know. All right, back to fathers. Okay, what a segue. Fucking professional.
From Batman's oral fixation to dads.
So I did go looking. And that's why I started looking through my list, and that's kind of how I came up with the art for this episode. Because I didn't want to just talk about comics. I did want to mention I couldn't find a good picture of Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince.
Oh, don't do the Uncle Phil scene.
Yeah, I know. But he's one of my favorite dads in media, even if he wasn't like Will's dad. Like he pretty much is his dad, right? That Fresh Prince
scene is too real for me, right?
Oh man, dude,
it's too real. It's too real.
Yeah.
Why does he want me?
Why does he want me, Phil?
Yeah, it comes up every once in a while on my Twitter or my when I had Facebook, and I'll be like, oh no, I can't watch this again. I did want to pose the question. Now, Clay has a few questions on about good
dad questions.
But before that, I wanted to ask you, since I did watch Die Hard this week, is John McClane a good dad?
No.
He is a terrible dad.
A good dad? Oh God, what's it? Murtaugh. If we're talking about the Die Hards, we got to bring up the Lethal Weapons.
Okay.
I got into another argument about is Die Hard a Christmas movie, and I go, yes, Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, and Gremlins are all Christmas movies, but Murtaugh, a good dad.
Mm-hmm.
He can't stop bringing his work home with him, but he's still a good dad.
Yeah, I mean, they almost die while he's on the toilet, and that threatens his family, but he takes care of them.
I mean, their whole house burns down; they almost die, but they still get them out of there.
Yeah, but. I'm trying to think of any moments John McClane has with his kids that are good. And the only thing is in the very last movie when his Lucy comes to pick them up coming from Russia, and it's just them smiling and walking off into the distance.
No, I can think of one. Die Hard 2. You know, he's back with his wife. They're with the in-laws in DC. The only thing that keeps him from being with his kids right there is because he's at the airport having to stop a terrorist act. I think in Die Hard 2 he's the good family man John McClane he's supposed to be. And that's why Die Hard 2 is the best of the films.
See, because I always think of the opening of 3, where he's back in New York, and everything's falling
and that's
apart.
why
He's hungover.
there is no Die Hard after 2. That's where there's no other movie. It's just the dual films, and that's it. There's no
At the church of Bruce Willis, we accept all Die Hards.
And
that's why
Die Hard,
commercials.
That's why I'm not a member.
in Die Hard 4, I think we can see that even though he's not been around much, he has thought some good. Like Lucy is a capable human being because of both her mom and him. Like I love when there's a scene where she's like, Bruce Willis won't comply, or he won't comply with Timothy Olyphant, whatever he's saying, and then he tells Lucy, talk to your dad, and then she just goes, there's only 5 left in the room, or something. Like she gives him a heads up.
Yeah.
And then he just slaps her, and then but you're like, yeah, that's a badass kid. Like you raised the badass, or didn't raise the badass. I guess I don't know how long he was around.
We're at the part of the franchise where it should be Lucy McLean Die Hard.
Yes, that Kate movie should be about Lucy McLean.
That's what we're missing out on, man.
So
we got a John Jr. movie, and it was not that good.
And I like Jack Courtney more in his Captain Boomerang role. After that, I felt more inclined to like check out his stuff. But just every time I ask anyone about Die Hard 5,
you were inclined to check out more of his stuff because of his role as Captain Boomerang.
Yeah,
that was one of the most wasted roles in that movie. He wasn't even Captain Boomerang.
It was great.
It was great.
We got more of Captain Boomerang out of Arrow than we did him in that film.
Oh, God, and that was such a shitty Captain Boomerang.
Thank you. I'm just saying.
Fucking just trench coat mafia with some steel.
No, I'll give you that. But he still did more with boomerangs than he did in the film. We barely got anything of a boomerang, him doing anything with he did boomerang. He used a boomerang once in the whole damn film. It's like, why are you called Captain Boomerang? You're more of a Deadpool kind of character. You're more like a sarcastic, I got to make jokes all the time. You didn't do anything to help with the fight.
Yeah, but in the edited version, apparently he's like really sexist and racist and just a full-on bad person. Shit. I was like, that's a way to embrace evil right there, is just put that out. But then they cut it all out because apparently him.
Here we go. Is Captain Boomerang a good dad?
No, he even admits it at the end. He's like,
well, I just said because you have his son who's a partial speedster who joins the Rogues for a while. Yeah. He's also the one who kills Tim Drake's dad.
Yeah.
Oh God, that fucking identity crisis, right?
Oh God, yeah. One of the very few times you're actually going to see Batman show emotion, like you have Tim running up the stairs, decloaking the whole costume. He goes, "Oh my God, my dad's dead." Batman comes in, grabs his cape, puts his arms around Tim. He goes, "It's okay, son, I'm here." And it's like, wow, Batman shows emotion.
Well, I mean, that's the only time he could ever relate to someone.
Yeah,
right.
And he wanted that as a kid, or in some stories, he got that from police chief. Damn it, Gordon. Yeah, I just drew a blank on Gordon.
Gordon, good dad.
Yeah, good dad.
Might be questionable.
Overworked. I mean,
overworked.
He cleans up Gotham, but at the expense of his kids and one of his kids
son.
His son.
He was not a very good dad to his son. His daughter, and
I think he was a good dad to his son because he was trying to help him.
He's always tried to help him, but
he did as much as he could. Like his son's a psychopath.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't know. That's a weird one. That's one we need to dissect. We probably should go through like different books and look at to see how he got there.
This would be a good evidence case of like a little mini trial. But in the Arrowverse, we got some good dads. Iris's dad, what's his name? Joe West. Joe West is a good dad.
Is the best superhero dad that I can think of on TV. Next to Paul Kent. Paul Kent is the perfect superhero.
I'm gonna give props to if we're talking about Arrowverse, I'm gonna give props to Diggle too. Diggle was a good father.
Oh, Diggle, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Oliver, like when
Oliver was a good towards the end. Yeah, you know.
He got time with his daughter, and she appreciated that time, even though at times she was kind of a bitch about it. But it was like she grew up without a dad. And Alfred too, but Alfred's the top fiver. He's a top
Alfred's
fiver.
all-star. Yeah. All-star Alfred. That's why he's in the shot. That's why he's in the cover. Oh, I also put Johnny Cage.
You put Homer Simpson there as a good dad?
No, this is just that. No, there's bad ones in here too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Thanos. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanos,
Homer's
Omni-Man,
choked Bart.
Homer.
Drove
but I think
drunk.
Johnny Cage is a good dad.
I don't know
He,
enough about
he
the.
matures. He matures in the later games.
I
He
don't care
matures.
enough about and don't know enough or care enough about the Mortal Kombat mythos to really chime
But,
on that one.
Let's finish the Arrowverse though. We had some good ones. I think
I
what's
mean-
there?
Oh, you know,
Detective Lance. Detective Lance.
Oliver's dad, though. I mean, that's a poor
he was
story. He kills a man so that Oliver can live, and then kills
But I think he was a
himself.
bad. I guess he was a bad person.
It was not reboot. Holy God, he was not retconning. He was trying to make it amendments for what being such a.
Yeah,
he realized
yeah.
he was, and so in his eyes, he did he did a good father deed to help make sure his son survived.
Omni-Man is not a good dad. He's on the bad dad
Who?
category. Omni-Man, because he's
Invincible.
asking.
I'll say this right now. Not officially their dad, but John Jones on Supergirl. Like the way he looks out for Kara and her sister.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Eddie Brock.
yeah.
Eddie Brock. That's a good one.
We did when we talked about Venom earlier. I definitely brought that up that he's trying to be the best that he could be to Dylan, and that's a big driving force behind that book.
I did enjoy Peter Parker as a dad in the.
oh God,
what was the story? Fuck.
No, I give you one. When Marvel did Marvel Next, when they had Spider Girl, when they did the A Next, you had Juggernaut J2, you had A Next, you had Spider Girl. Like he was a good father in there, I think.
Oh yeah. I will kind of close out the Arrowverse. I think the second Harrison Wells, the one from Earth 2.
Oh,
he became a better father. He wasn't a good father, but he
wasn't a good father to begin with, but I think he learned. But yeah, for sure, I think Joe West. Like, I mean, he adopted Barry.
Yeah,
much.
he's
Which is kind of weird now that his kids are married. But
given the fact Barry's actual dad, I mean, he at least lasted 2 seasons. I mean, his actual dad was a good father.
That's
also
true. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess we don't talk about him enough. But I mean, and he was portrayed by the original Flash. So like,
yeah, I mean
it's every parent's dream for their kids to grow up and get married. Didn't you see The Office? That's what Joe West got.
Oh,
His
yeah,
kids
yeah,
grew
that's
up and
true.
got married.
Oh God. All right. Let's go.
How about this? Black Lightning.
Oh, that's right. He's on the kind of on the Arrowverse too.
Yeah, well, he is. He's definitely in the Arrowverse, and then he's got 2 daughters.
Yeah,
who basically followed in his footsteps.
I don't know. That's always weird to say. Like, should you bring your kids into vigilante work?
There's a difference. He didn't bring them in. They just made the choice for themselves.
Yeah, that's true. They were on their own. So
Thunder made the choice herself. It was the second daughter that they figured, well, if she's a teenager, we can't really stop her. I can ground you, but she's still going to leave and do her own thing. So better to hone her and train her and let her be the superhero, than let her go off and do the wrong thing.
I say, good dad. He tried to help the community, and he tried to make everything a better place.
He was a good principal.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Marvel stuff real quick. Since we have someone here, Clay has a few things. Vision.
When Vision had the mental brainwaves of Simon Williams, yes. Vision as currently, no.
You don't think the android current Vision?
When it was him and the Scarlet Witch, and they had the 2 boys, I think he was a good father. But ever since then, that was my favorite Vision, when he was basically first imbued with Simon Williams' mental process, and then basically he became a little more even human before they made him to White Vision. I think that was my favorite Vision, is he was a little more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This might be a good thing to tweet at Tom King. Like, does he think the Vision that he wrote, is he a good dad or not?
He's trying to be, but he's doing it on the level of what he thinks a human father should be, and not like there's no emotion base there.
Yeah, he isn't discovering from experience and saying this is what it should be, because he has no childhood to grow up from to say what he thinks a parent should be. I mean, Vision. The kids Scarlet Witch had are from the idea of Vision. So it's her idea. So he's not even really a part of it. It's the way she sees him.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always like, is he a real dad or a stepdad? I mean, even though he's an android.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
he sees the best in him. That's the thing is when you do that, you don't see any of the faults.
Yeah.
Is Superman a good father?
Man.
That's a tough one.
That one, I think that one.
I don't think so. I think like ever since we got Jonathan Kent into the universe, can't think of one bad thing he's ever really done, except the fact that it wasn't really him. It was, he made the bad choice of letting Jonathan go off with his dad. But
that's a.
That one's really depending. Like, you could go both ways, I think, on that.
Yeah.
Depending on what story you're reading.
I can't imagine someone showing up and asking for your kid, being a dead relative, and you going, "All right,
being
sure."
being a bad dad yourself. Yeah, go ahead and raise my child.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Lois is a good mom though, because she went with him. She's like, "You can't. I'm not letting you go by yourself."
No, I got one. Wally, is he a good dad?
Oh, when he's not forgotten.
I'll tell you who are some bad parents.
Who?
The Rasputins. Liliana's parents and Piotr.
How are they bad parents? They were killed.
They were killed. They gave up their kids early.
No,
when did they die?
That was the whole thing. That's why I think Alana, they were killed after Alana became a new mutant. Like his family was gunned down in Russia. I think that, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh fuck! Really?
That was half the reason why Colossus went to the occultists. Like he lost his.
Then okay, all right.
His parents were killed, and then she died of the virus, and that's what made him basically lose all faith, because it was at Ilana's funeral when they were coming down. The same story arc where Wolverine loses his adamantium. So Colossus basically, they have all the X-Men are imbuing what's his name from the future? Help me here.
Cable?
Bishop. No, not Bishop. With all his powers, and he's basically using all his psychonic powers, but like everybody's imbuing him with power. So he's got Magneto on the ground. And Colossus just comes in the back and just slams his fist on Bishop, knocks him out, and takes Magneto back to the Asteroid M.
Yeah, Reed Richards is kind of a cool dad, but he's just kind of a terrible person.
I wouldn't go that far. No, Charles Xavier's a terrible person.
Reed Richards he's letting his kids grow in their superpowers and taking them to go build multiverses and I mean, I think he's helping them.
No, he's ADD. He neglects him by accident without realizing he's neglecting him. It's not like he's doing it on purpose. He gets so focused on the science of everything, he doesn't realize, hey, what's happening with my family? So he gets so sidetracked. He's not focused on what should be happening. He's just
the one messed up thing that Reed Richards has done recently in that X-Men Fantastic Four miniseries that they had. He implanted a chip in Franklin, so he couldn't go through the gates of Krakoa to make him not be recognized as a mutant without telling him.
Did you see what Magneto said about him?
Oh God, yeah.
Magneto mumbles in Planet X-Men that we don't want. What does he call him? A poser, imposter here. That's what he thinks of Franklin Richards, who everyone else has embraced as like the next big mutant thing.
Oh yeah, I love Franklin Richards. Every time him and then Kate Pryde shows up, they always got this like, hey, because they're friends. We got a few more things on the chat. Scott Lang in the MCU, yeah, he's pretty great.
Yeah,
it was devastating when looking for his daughter's name, an Endgame in the memorial.
He made some bad choices, but it was never like him trying to hurt, his family.
Well, he did it for like the betterment. It wasn't like he wasn't being selfish when he went to jail, right? He did it because he was trying to take down the company. He's an asshole to everyone else. Let's circle back to Cyclops, because Cyclops, people forget that he left his wife and child to go back to Jean.
Like I said, look at his influence. It's Xavier, his dad. Oh no, actually, here's one. Okay, so his real dad's been out in space, doesn't realize he's alive. He gets adopted by Xavier, and Xavier's the father.
I mean, Corsair's a terrible father. He shoved his kids out of an airplane.
But he's a cool pirate.
No, he was a pilot. His wife shoved the kids out of the plane.
Here's one parachute. Good luck, kids.
You know who's a good dad? Wolverine. Except when he killed his kid.
Dawkins?
Yeah, well. No. Wait, what point are we talking here? X-23? I mean, maybe he's been a better dad to X-23 than he has Dawkins.
Yeah. But Dawkins was bad to begin with. I don't think he ever had a good bone.
But he's been a good
I don't know about that. Again, it was the way you're brought up.
He's been kind of a mentor to Jubilee and
Kitty Pryde.
Yeah,
he actually
taught her ninjutsu.
Xavier's the fucking worst. We agree. Xavier's the worst. Faking your own death multiple times for your student.
I don't think he can rebel. Like I said before, Batman's been straightforward with all his proteges. He's like saying, "I'm not going to try to manipulate you." Xavier will use mental power and actually lie and manipulate them to do what he wants.
I feel, you know how Batman has a secret plan to take out the whole Justice League in case they go rogue?
Yeah.
I'm sure Batman has a plan to take out each one of his kids in case they go rogue.
Shit. That would be the best book. I just want to see Damian find that and
Can you
sit there and
imagine?
read,
Yeah,
how do I kill
you know
my
what?
son Damian?
I think Damian would be the only one that would understand
Yeah,
Of course.
why he has that.
He
Because Damian probably has one himself.
He probably has one on how to kill
Yeah,
Batman.
Damian probably has a plan to take out Batman if he goes rogue.
Do you think that Batman's straight enough? Him and Damian have a sit down and goes, "Here's my book. Where's yours? Let's compare notes."
They don't want to. They're trade secrets. You can't.
But
but
I'm sure he thinks the same of Damian.
Yeah,
he's like, Damian. At some point, you're going to think of a way to take down all your friends. Here's how you write that book, and here's how you do it.
He technically already had it. I mean, when he formed his own Titans team, I think he already had plans of how to neutralize any of it.
He did the same for the Titans. Like, here's how I would probably.
I mean, I think the only person he probably would have had problems with would have been Red Arrow, because Emiko was kind of almost as like views the world kind of like how he does.
How have we not talked about Trigon?
Oh my god,
Trigon and Deathstroke.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
valid point.
Worst dads? I mean, top 10 worst dads in all of comics?
Kingpin.
I think Deathstroke is kind of in the James Robinson run. He tries to be redeemed a little bit.
Norman Osborn.
Oh my god.
And the Gwen Stacy stuff, or
are
we not going to talk
Norman
about
Osborn
that?
in general? Oh god.
I know, but Norman Osborn slept with Gwen Stacy.
The secret babies. Oh my god. Yeah, both of them definitely have a plan and a secret backup that they won't show each other. This show really took a turn for like, let's shit on dads.
I just can't see being a superhero and being a good
dad.
I don't think you would expose your kid to that. And
we already acknowledge that Scott's a good dad. Scott Lang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Paul Kent is the ultimate dad. If you raise the model for what you think an American citizen
depends on which
should be.
version of Paul Kent you're talking about. But if we're talking about Kevin Costner,
yeah, I mean, he's the worst.
And listen, they had
John Ford in an open field and Superman running to him. Oh man, that just crushes me every time.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I like the mythos of Superman when both his parents are still alive, not when they died. Like, I mean, I loved like
Smallville,
Superman the animated universe, even Lois and Clark. Like even with I like that. But I love the fact like there's the intro you have, even though they're on Smallville, they're very technology imbued. They have cell phones, they have fax machines. I thought that was a little funny kind of. But I like the mythos of when his parents are alive compared to when they're dead, because I think that's still. Again, with the current new universe, the fact that they brought Connor back in and his parents are alive, and they take Connor to the Kent farm to live so he could figure out what's going on. It's just I love that dynamic. They're like, Connor, oh my god, and they're like, do you know him? It's like, yeah, of course.
They also kind of raced Kara Zor-El for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
while she got acclimated. I do want to address this. Excuse me, at the table. I know you have a. So if you're not familiar, go to their YouTube channel. It's a podcast where not a podcast, a video where you and your son just go through your pools, and I love watching your son like just talk about all these comics. You, sir, are not a mediocre dad. You're a very good dad because you're raising that kid correctly. So, I will say that, yeah, that's right. So just wanted to address that. Let's see. I agree. I like Superman with living parents. They help.
Yeah, they really do. They really do.
Yeah,
but it's also important for him to deal with human death, and I think that having his dad pass away is a way for him to deal with that. He can't save everyone, and that is a super important story, I think, for him to learn as Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they did not do that right in the New 52 because both his parents died before he even ever decided to become Superman. He didn't know how to relate to anybody.
That was a weird thing that he was kind of out there by himself. That was a weird choice to. I mean, yeah, the New 52 didn't make the best choices for a lot of things, but that was a weird choice. I will say Smallville had a really good dad and a really bad dad.
Yeah.
In Paul Kent and Lionel Luthor.
Those were the best.
But they were both. I mean, they're both portrayed excellently. I think they're both are great. But yeah, Smallville is one of the shows that, I mean, it kind of built all the stuff that we're having now, right? It's the precursor to everything that we have now as far as superhero TV. So yeah, if you want to see some good and bad dads, go check out that show. Let's see, as long as it's been done better than.
Thank you, Robbie. That's from an outside source, not just inside of the podcast.
I appreciate the sub, Robbie, but we will not disrespect Man of Steel in this podcast.
Robbie, you have to understand this guy actually likes Batman v Superman.
Oh, Robbie, I need to show. Yeah, go back to show some links. I'm a big fan of those movies. Is there anything outside of the comics? I know I put Ned Stark on the thing. Which I think he tried his best.
Who?
To be a good dad. Ned Stark from Game of Thrones.
Oh, I never saw Game of Thrones, so I can't really talk about that.
Yeah, it was during the good years. Yeah, and it was interesting to see
during the good years.
Yeah, during the good years. Yeah, he was. I mean, he did raise his kids right, but he also he saw this in Arya, he saw something that he encouraged, and I think that part of encouraging her as a child in a world where she could not ever become a assassin or just a fighter, she just loved fighting, and he encouraged that, and that was probably what made him the best dad.
I could really go really bad with this and probably tasteless joke, but is Bill Cosby a good dad?
Oh shit, no. No.
That's my point. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was. You got to look at the fact that he was the father that we all grew up watching, and then to hear what happens later, it's that took a whole rug and basically pulled from all of America's feet.
Yeah, terrible. There's no redemption for him at all.
No.
You lost audio? Okay.
I can still hear you.
Yeah, I can still hear you too.
But we're talking about different TV dads. I'm just thinking that he's been how many TV dads, and that just.
Yeah, I mean, when you default from that, where are your TV dads? Who do you go to? Because I grew up with Family Ties, and I'd say
I was gonna say Family Ties. Yeah, Michael Groves. That would be right there.
What about the Seavers?
Seavers, yeah.
Did you ever see that dad, Alan Thicke, is he a quality dad?
I think so. I think I think it's more of some of the actors who went on after life made some bad choices, but the show itself, I think he was a good dad.
All right. What about Family Matters?
Yeah, it really half of Carl's stress is Urkel, but he even played a better father to Urkel than Urkel's parents did to him. So it's one of those things. Here's one for you. You just had me blank. Oh no, how about this? Bob Saget.
Yes.
Full House.
Very good dad. Very wholesome. Yeah, I don't see anything negative ever coming from that show that would make him a bad dad.
I'll go one even better. Boy Meets World. Alan.
I got you one better. Which was the better dad of my two dads?
Oh, I just rewatched that whole series not too long ago.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, it's on Crackle. They got all 3 seasons on Crackle. Honestly, I think neither one knew how to be a dad, but I think they both grew into both being really good dads. I think they were just different. No, there was another show I was going to bring up. You were talking about Growing Pains. Oh no, Who's the Boss? Tony Danza.
All right. Well, wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Tony Danza and what his kids got into. What did she get into? Because I feel like that he was more of a misplaced time dad. He never always committed 100% of his time to her. So
I don't know about that, because I think that was half the reason he moved out to Connecticut to be the housekeeper, is because he wanted to bring up a better life for his daughter, and he did that.
Yeah,
I think he.
Ooh, but see, I like also finding the ones who are very real. And I would say, what about Kevin's dad on the Wonder Years? Because he fleshed him out as a real person from his dad as that show went on, and that was very interesting to see. Yes,
given the time period, because that was the 1950s, and so again, it's a different age and time. So again, he was being the best dad he could be that he knew. Now, can you consider him a good dad, saying being raised in the 90s? No, or even maybe the 80s. It's different. Compare him to. Again, Michael Gross's character in Family Ties, two totally different, time periods. So 20 years set apart from each other, or 30 if you want to, depending on how you look at it. but I think it's a different time period how you're raised.
Yeah, I mean, it's even interesting if you start taking time periods and
I
look
mean-
at shows, and you go that '70s show with Red.
Oh,
who-
horrible dad.
Horrible dad who just threatened his kids with violence constantly.
No.
And then you go 10 years later. Well, I mean, 10 years later in terms of TV and Family Matters. And it's funny because the parents in that show are liberals. And it's like they almost are mocking liberals and how they parent.
The Goldbergs. Is Murray a good dad?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But is... Oh, shit. He's iffy. Because he does call his kids names, he does.
But in the end, he really is. He does care about them. He's just.
He does mean well, but every one of those kids will be in therapy. Every one of those kids on the Goldberg.
Barry for sure.
Barry for sure. I think Barry's more in therapy for his mom than his dad.
Oh God.
Obviously, I mean, his mom's a Karen. Look at her.
I know.
You know, and how she behaves. His dad participates at times. So it's interesting, but I think his granddad was the best.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that
really
was so great to see.
Yeah, but I'm waiting to see how they acknowledge that in the show.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Robbie, I'm going to call Robbie up because he knows what I'm going to talk about. We have a friend who I know is not watching, hates comic books, but I'm going to go two more dads. One, Al Bundy.
Terrible dad.
And then two, if you've ever watched it, Hank Hill from King of the Hill.
He's a good dad with limitations.
Dang it, Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby. Okay. All right.
Here's an interesting question that I've seen as a fan theory. Is Hank Bobby's dad?
Oh, horrible dad.
No. Is Hank Hill Bobby's father? Is he his real father? Because there's always,
yes.
You know, he always talks about his narrow urethra. And Bobby looks a lot like one of his dad's friends.
I'm gonna go with no. I mean, even though I know you could do that whole what if every day, but from everything, Mike Judge has never said anything that he wasn't. I think it's just, you know, I think, and honestly, yeah, Hank is Bobby's dad.
You think he's Dale's kid?
No.
Well, we know Dale's son isn't his.
Dale's son isn't his.
Right. So they just wait. Who? Oh, you think it's Bill's kid?
Yes, he looks a lot like Bill.
I can't see his wife ever having.
Yeah, I can't see Peggy doing that either.
Done the horizontal hokey pokey with him.
But for a son, if she had to go through and pick out, if she wanted to give Hank a son, and it was very important to him, and because he knows he has a narrow urethra.
But Bobby looks like cotton, like kind of.
But you're looking at a 2-foot cotton. Imagine what a regular size cotton, a younger looking cotton. You're looking at an old man.
Noah Bennett. Is he the guy with the horn glasses?
The glasses, yeah. He was a bad dad, even though he put his kid through too much stuff.
Yeah.
I think every superhero that kind of has that father figure, you have to kind of put up with, like the Doom Patrol.
Oh God,
no, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, he's just the worst of all.
Right.
He kind of created.
I'll give it this one. The one father who's worse than Xavier would be the Professor.
The Chief.
The Chief. Yeah, the Chief.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Especially Timothy Dalton's version.
Yeah, that dude is just hardcore mean in that. I mean,
Xavier manipulates, but he's never freaking just destroyed people's bodies to get what he wants. You know, it's like,
yeah. Now I got it. I'll just put it into this can and create a robot. Ugh.
Oh, duh. Is Darth Vader a good dad?
Redemption and everything. He's tried to kill his kids multiple times.
So this is
he turned on the whole company in the end.
This is for Noah Bennett. Like, I guess eventually, I don't remember finishing.
If you redeem yourself, are you good? Is Darth Vader good?
Well,
is Obi-Wan Kenobi a good dad?
He became a force spirit.
Obi-Wan was basically the mentor for Anakin, so was Obi-Wan Kenobi a good dad?
Yeah.
Man, you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I see him as a stepdad.
Well, I guess we could throw in is Han Solo a good dad?
Wait,
no.
Oh, God.
I mean, he wasn't even a good husband. So
yeah.
I mean,
He's only a good scoundrel.
Exactly.
Chewbacca was a better dad then.
Yeah, Chewbacca was a better dad.
Wait, yeah, he shot what do you call it?
Chewie.
Ben. He shot Ben after he killed him. Yeah, so that's not. I don't know about that. But of course, you get Lumpy. Oh God.
Obi-Wan was a good one. Yoda was the worst. Yoda's like your crazy uncle that shows up.
Yeah, I'll get yeah.
He's just telling you things you should know, but he's very drunk when he does it.
And then I see Obi-Wan more of a big bro. I can see that too. Yeah, that's a if anything, Qui-Gon was more of a father figure, but he's also like your hippie uncle that like tells you to burn down the establishment. Is there any fathers in Star Trek? I guess it's
Riker.
Yeah, Riker.
Worf and Riker are both. Oh no, actually, Worf and Riker from Voyager. Tom is a father. Tom Paris. But they at the very final episode, they actually, him and B'Elanna have the baby, their daughter.
Yeah. We didn't get to see a lot
Star
of
Trek too in Wrath of Khan.
Oh yeah, Kirk is a father
with Carol. Yeah,
we didn't get to see a lot of Thor being a dad.
Father.
Who?
When Thor was a dad to Chris Pine. And, we didn't get to see a lot of him.
He made the ultimate sacrifice so his son could live. So I'm gonna go with yes, he's a good dad.
He could have been a scumbag all the way up until that point, though. We don't know.
But if he's not around, does that redeem what he did while living?
We don't know what he did while living, so we can't answer that. All we know is he was a lieutenant who got to be captain for all of 30 seconds, and basically flew the ship into the saving his wife and his son's life so they could live. So
okay, pull up this comment. Captain Picard to Wesley. I would love to see Wesley now. I would love to see him show up on Picard and have that father-son episode.
The first 2 seasons, no, because Picard had no freaking emotion to anybody. But after the 3rd season, when I guess season 1, not so much. But as Wesley started becoming the part-time ensign until he became an ensign, Picard did become a good father figure. He started to actually care more about Wesley, and I think he grew into it. Started off no, turned into yes.
Yeah, I love Will Wheaton. I know he's not a big fan of the role. I would love to see him return for one episode, and him and Picard have like a father-son episode.
If you actually go check, it's a deleted scene from a Nemesis. But when they're actually at the wedding with Riker and Troy, he's actually at the table with David and Guinan, and actually they're actually in full uniform as a part of the wedding. So he looks like he's still a part of Starfleet. So,
all right, to start wrapping up, I want to throw out.
I got to start heading out soon.
Odin, Darkseid, and Thanos, terrible dads, all 3 of them.
High Father as well.
High Father, terrible. I think
I don't think Odin is as much as Thanos and Darkseid.
Hela.
Yeah.
He lied
to his kids about their history.
No, wait. Where are we going with this? Hela's only his daughter in the movies, not in the comic books.
Well, what about Angela?
Hela is Loki's daughter in the comic books. Thank you.
What about Angela? Like he never got his kid back from the Angels.
But again, that was something that got retconned in later. You got to do it. Odin pre-Angela and Odin post-Angela.
Also, during all the War of the Realms, Odin's a pretty terrible shit person too. So sorry, Odin. Homer is a dad.
Terrible dad. I mean, he never redeems himself. He'll never redeem himself for choking Bart. Or
I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Bart kind of brings it on himself.
Yeah,
he's a child.
You sure about that? That little shit he deserves a good ass kicking. It's just the fact that the father's doing it.
Oh man!
All right, this may be something we need to revisit. I do know that our buddy, our buddy Josh is a good dad.
Good dad and good dancer.
Good dancer. Oh, that's up to interpretation, but he's
good choice in music, though. Good choice in music.
Yeah,
y'all didn't see him during his Solid Gold days. He was a great Solid Gold dancer.
Yeah.
Oh my
god. That's an interesting one to kind of close out. Into Ezra.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
It did become,
So, it became that kind of relationship. All right. Well, we could probably talk about
Owen. Was Uncle Owen a good dad to Luke?
I don't know that we see enough.
He tried to keep him safe. Yeah. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
and
but he
failed.
kind of also stepped on his.
No, I'm
dreams.
gonna throw it back in as right back to the Wonder Years. It was a different time. He was trying to be a good parent as all he knew from that time period. I mean, he's a moisture father on a desert planet. You know what? And all he knows is that Vader is his dad. So it's like, you know, what else you can? He's trying to raise Luke as best he can
during wartime. So
yeah. I mean,
all right. Well, we could probably talk about fathers all day, but we won't because we do have other stuff to do at some
I got
point.
therapy for that.
But yeah, let us know if you're watching this later on, or you're watching live. Let us know later in the comments. You know, your thoughts on all these dads, other dads that we missed, father, you know, all that stuff. So let's move on to our question of the week.
Yes.
Clay, you want to go over that?
Kyle. Okay, so because of the X-Men and being a mutant, you cannot die now. Your consciousness is reborn at a certain point when Cerebro last scanned you. So what mutant would you want to be right now, and what would you do when you cannot die?
Again, this answer is going to change because there are days I'm in the middle of traffic and I wish I had magnetic power so I could lift all the damn cars out of my way. There are times I wish I could teleport. It depends on. I don't know. I don't know about this one.
But you have to think long term. You have superpowers, but you also can't
Teleportation.
die.
Teleportation. Nightcrawler, straight up. Just that way, because I mean, I could get to places like that. I don't have to worry about, you know, traffic, being in my car. I can just, you know, hey, you're running 5 minutes late for the movie. Give me 5 seconds. Bam, I'm there.
Bam, I'm there.
Do you want to be? So you want to be Nightcrawler though, because you'd have to be blue.
Well,
or you want to pick
fear and hated?
Huh?
You want to pick a different teleporter?
If you're going to be you're also going to be feared and hated because you're a mutant. So
that's what an image inducer is for.
It's true. But now in this new world, image inducers are as good as Zunes. They're just old technology, and you don't need them anymore. I too would pick Nightcrawler, but knowing that you cannot die is such a weird concept to say. What could I do forever? I could make such an impact in the world, and these mutants are creating their own world. But like, if we don't have that capability, what would you do?
I don't know. I mean, the only other one I've thought about Wolverine before, but again, that's almost making you immortal, and it's like it'd be cool. No, not.
But you are immortal. You're still immortal as a mutant, so really, you could be anyone. I
don't know. I'd have to think about this one. Like, I mean,
that is very true. Deadpool would be the one that could break through, or I would even say Gwenpool.
Would it be the fifth wall?
Yeah.
If we're in this world, I would say, you know, I was thinking, there's a mutant that's going to be part of the new X-Men called Sync, and he can kind of like whoever he's close to, he can take their powers, or he can mimic their powers.
Okay, so I think that would be Bluetooth.
Yeah, kind of like that, or like Hope, kind of a little bit like that. So maybe something like that, where I can just like whatever situation I'm on, I can try to acclimate, or maybe Darwin. Well, Darwin's kind of like redundant though. You can't. Well, I guess I still wouldn't want to die, even if I can be brought back to life. I still don't want to die.
It's just such a weird concept to empower all the mutants with, because then you see the things like the fight clubs that they have where they just fight to the death because they can come back. They have no like gratitude for the life that they do have. So it's very weird to go into this idea of superheroes, but also have the ability to live forever.
Yeah.
Do you fix short-term goals, or do you establish a religion and lead people to a better world?
Oh, you know what? Maybe Elixir. So I can actually do some good in this world and heal people.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, if I'm gonna be around for a while.
I mean, that's the thing though, is you as this undiable mutant, you could start your own religion.
Yeah,
it could get real dark real quick. But you have this ability. It's just weird. It's a weird idea to think about, and it's hard to wrap your mind around immortality with superheroes.
Right.
I have to think about this one, because I don't know. This one's that adds a different level of being like, what power would I want?
I mean, I would definitely take Magneto any day too. Like, just fuck it, let's go. Yeah, like Kyle said, I wouldn't move the cars out of my way. I would just levitate my own car. And
Yeah. I mean, like there are days, like I said, almost Wolverine, just the fact you can't get hurt or sick.
But if you're Magneto, why are you driving a car? Why don't you just get your little disc out and fly yourself around?
like static.
I'm going to be straight up honest. I've had talks with Robbie about this. It depends on. Sometimes we may have to go back and talk about some of the old Marvel cartoons, but it's just the old 1978 Fantastic Four cartoon with Herbie, where Magneto is using his magnetic powers to fly a car to take on the Fantastic Four, and I'm like, why?
We're getting real philosophical here with the copy of a copy, and
Well,
it's actually kind of. It's funny because this is something. This comment right here, and it's talking about, are you a copy of a copy? That's actually a part of the story they're using in New Legends this season.
Yeah, a little bit.
And we haven't really gone deep into Gold Ball's powers and the meaning of what he's creating in them being these bodies without souls. Again, we could have a whole X-Men show that could go into this weird shit, but I just thought maybe we could come up with something from this question, but obviously not.
Yeah, no,
if you live forever and you're a superhero,
it's kind of tough because it's like I want to pick the one I like, but I also want to pick something practical and try to find something in between.
As humans continue to do the same dumb things over and over again, do you get tired of helping them? You give up on being a superhero because you just see no hope in humanity.
That's how we become villains.
There it is.
No, that could be an interesting twist that the X-Men take. Although Kyle will hate it, but
I mean, Superman at one point, he just goes to Kansas after it's destroyed, and starts to rebuild, and that's his.
In Kingdom Come, he just kind of
gives up hope. You're talking about Kingdom Come?
Yeah,
and he gives up hope.
All right, well, interesting question, Clay. I don't know that we got to the bottom of it.
Yeah,
but let's move on to our recommendations to close out the show. Kyle, I did want to show a trailer, but if you have to leave, I understand.
Yeah, I got to get going here in a second.
Okay, so let's do recommendations. Kyle can hop out, and then Clay and I will stick around.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's start with Kyle's recommendation then.
I don't have any recommendations. I just I picked up. These might be. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Like I was just talking about 70s.
So it was fantastic for cartoon where Reed
with a wooden gun.
The mental breakdown with a wooden gun.
I went to these might be my recommendation. I'll let everybody know for next week. But I went to Half Price Books in Louisville yesterday and picked up a couple of Oni books.
Nice.
First one is My Boyfriend is a Bear.
Oh, have you read it or did you just?
No, I just picked it up yesterday. I haven't had a chance to read it. And then
I really liked it. I really liked that.
I've heard good things. And the one is called Odd Schnoz and the Odd Squad.
Oh, I haven't heard of that at all.
This one, it looks amazing because it's dealing with, so the setting of the book is set in Plano, Texas.
Okay.
And it deals with this band, but also with animals who have been cybernetically enhanced. So I'm looking forward to checking books out. That'll be what I talk about next week, whether or not it's going to be what I read or if it might be my recommendations for people to check out also.
All right, cool. Well, let's do mine. I want to recommend this new comic that it's coming out soon, but you can actually go read a preview now. It's called Everyone is Tulip.
Okay.
By Nicole Go, Dave Baker, and Ellie Hall. And here, let me go to the about. So the synopsis is, and this is kind of it's a weird premise, but donning the guise of Tulip for an experimental artsy video, aspiring actress Becca's dreams seem to come true when her persona becomes the talk of the internet. So Becca finally, she did a viral, art performance or something like that.
Nice.
So with a sudden army of faithful fans, complications arise as Becca begins to question whether she has the right to consider herself a star. From romantic endeavors to her understanding of herself, everything changes as she rapidly loses her identity in the viral persona. So in an era where we just kind of live for like these viral videos and stuff like that, I think this book is pretty good. I'll put a link on the description because you can read the first 60 pages of this book on their website.
Cool.
But then the OGN is coming out from Dark Horse.
Okay, cool.
All right. Clay, you want to give us your recommendation so Kyle can jump out?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the local cons. Some of them are starting to come back. Support your local cons, but be safe. I put a link in the show notes for the Dallas Comic show
Comic
that Mark
show
runs.
next week.
And it's next week. He has a COVID policy in place. So that tells you exactly what you need to do. Be safe. If you're at a con and you don't feel safe, leave. But these shows have survived a year without us. So try to support them, because this may be the last local show you get.
Yeah.
So I'm really hopeful for this. I'm not saying, don't go to like Fan Expo and stuff, but these shows are essential.
Oh, I am.
For the community. Yeah.
I'll be straight up. I do not support Fan Expo one bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be straight up honest.
They try to heavily compete with the local shows, and that's part of the problem. They get big celebrities and they try to do it the same weekends of shows like Texas Frightmare Weekend, which is a local show. I hate that competition because it's not good for fans. Right. We have to choose what we love to go see, but local shows like what Mark's doing, he's got 3 shows scheduled this year, and I'm really excited for him.
Yeah, I'm very excited too. So you may see us behind some masks here next week.
My goal is to be there.
Yeah, my goal is to be there as well. There's a few things I want to check out. I really want to meet the actor who was Shang Tsung in the first Mortal Kombat movie.
Recommendation for that. They're actually doing a screening of Mortal Kombat with a Q&A with him afterwards. 6:45 the next day on Sunday. I forget the exact theater, but it's on the page.
Nice.
I do have my new Steelbook Mortal Kombat movie, so hopefully I can get that signed. And
the actual good Mortal Kombat film.
Well,
they're all fun. I mean, they're all fun.
Well, Annihilation might be questionable on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't argue with that. So yeah, it's fun. I mean, there's a lot of cool guests. I mean, if anything, I just wanna. It's been so long since I got a commission like on a sketch.
Yeah.
On a comic that I just kind of want to get something. And who was it? What's his name? Steve Irwin's gonna be there. His commissions are not only great, he does them really fast, and they are. I feel they are underpriced for the quality of work that he does.
I do. I have a Nightcrawler from him.
So yeah.
Right.
So hopefully we can see you over there. We'll wave from a safe distance at each other. But yeah, it'll be nice to see some people. It'll be nice to see you guys over there. We get to be there at the same time.
Yeah, if you're lucky enough to have local shows, support them.
Yeah.
It keeps the community strong.
Yeah.
All right. I got to bounce.
All right. Thanks, Kyle.
All right.
We'll see you later.
Sounds good. See you
later.
So, Clay.
Yeah.
Before we close out, and this might be the closing moment. I don't know I don't think we'll get taken down, but real quick, it blew my son's mind taking him to his first local show. Yeah, that's great. Like local shows are. I mean, you got to support those. They're really fun ones.
That's what I mean, that was the only community I had as a kid. So growing up in the 80s, you would go to these shows and I mean, one of my favorite memories is from a Dallas Fantasy Festival and meeting Peter David, and Peter David having a panel on the Fantastic Four and talking about it, and then saying, okay, well, this is going along. Do you guys want to go out in the hallway and talk? And he just treated everyone with respect. And it was unbelievable as a kid that he would value my question. Like I'm just a kid in the sea of people, and Peter David, just a class act. And I remember that as a kid because it was a local con, and that was all I had as part of a comics community. Yeah. No internet.
So, all right. So to close out the show, I wanted to look at this trailer. I haven't seen it. I don't think Clay's seen it, but it's the new Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Pig. From Neon.
I heard the write-up, and that's all I know.
I know nothing about this movie other than Nicolas Cage and a pig is in it. So let's watch.
I'm gonna guess at a story at this point. This is gonna be Nicolas Cage's John Wick, and he's instead of a dog, it's a pig.
Wow, I mean, if that's what it is, I'm in. So let's see. Let me make sure. Let's see if the sound is playing. Can you hear it?
Yep.
I'm looking for a truffle pig. Someone stole her.
I don't understand. Tell me you are.
You made the right choice, being out there in the woods. There's nothing here for you anymore. There's really nothing here for most of us. Buy yourself a new pig.
What are you thinking?
I remember every meal I ever cooked. I remember every person I ever served. You live your life for them, and they don't even see you. You don't even see yourself. We don't get a lot of things to really care about. Who has my pig?
All in.
What is
I am
this?
all in.
Oh my god.
There
Yeah,
was
I mean,
no action. Is it just going to be him going through? Oh, wow.
wow. Yeah, I don't know. This looks. I mean, I didn't like I said. I didn't know what we were gonna get into going into this.
But it
But-
looks like revenge, maybe, and a little
Yeah.
more backstory.
Yeah. But Neon's been putting out some interesting stuff. I think they always do
Oh, yeah.
interesting stuff. That's a little weird, a little offbeat.
Well, I
So,
mean, Cage has been putting out some pretty great stuff lately.
Yeah.
I mean, Color Sound, Mandy still just, man, it's just one of those movies that will get under your skin for a long time.
so I don't normally see Nicolas Cage credited as Academy Award winner. Do you know what movie he won for, or what he won?
God.
I'm trying to here.
I keep wanting to say Moonstruck, but I think Cher won for that.
Oh, he won for Leaving Las Vegas.
Leaving
Best
Las
Actor.
Vegas. Okay, the drunken role.
Yeah. He was what's the name of that dude?
What dude?
The Leaving Las Vegas guy. The main. I don't know. I guess Johnny Depp also portrayed this guy.
Oh,
It's like the same guy, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. He was also nominated for Moonstruck, Honeymoon, and that's Golden Globes. Oh yeah. Okay, and adaptation, he was nominated for that. But he didn't win.
Adaptation. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
he didn't
good.
win for that. But man, that's weird. Like you don't usually see him credited off as. Holy shit! His awards list article on Wiki is super long.
Yeah,
But I mean, he's been working forever. So
he does these like throwaway movies. There's a lot of just garbage in there sometimes, but then sometimes there's just gold. Mandy is just out of the stuff he's done. I'll think about more than anything. It's just under your skin and disturbing.
There's a Dallas Fort Worth Film Critics Association. He also won Blockbuster Entertainment Awards for The Rock, Con Air.
Get a lifetime
Face Off.
worth of rentals.
All right, but back to Pig. I didn't even see when it was out.
So
did
he
it
has
say?
a truffle pig that is
Yeah.
obviously his pet. He's done something to shun or to make himself a pariah to the world. He's moved out into the woods, obviously selling these truffles to survive or to cook, what he has out there. It's obviously his way of living, but it's also something personal. And he just goes to the city because he knows they stole it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no action. There's no crime. There's no, I don't know. He shows this sense of a person who is a cook that is invisible to people. So he has a resentment. I don't know. The trailer puts a lot out there.
Yeah, people only remember the crazy. I mean, Leaving Las Vegas looked pretty crazy. I've seen
Yeah,
stills.
he's like
and
an
everything.
alcoholic.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for the movie. It comes out on July 16, according to the internet. It's directed by Michael Simonsky, which I don't know what else they've done. I don't think they have. Let's see. At this point, Luke Cage, Nicolas Cage, just kind of feels like he's taking on any role.
I'm interested in this strong beard game too.
Yeah,
strong beard game.
Yeah, the director doesn't have a lot of directing credits. Some TV stuff prior to this, but Pig is looks to be the first full feature. So we'll see. Maybe something to be excited for as far as a directorial debut as well.
I am. I mean, just after Color Out in Space, and
yeah,
I mean, his film roles are just so original, something I've never seen before, and sticks with you.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna be our show. Thanks everyone. Yeah, thanks everyone watching live. Thanks everyone that subscribed during the show. We gained 2 subscribers, so we are at 201 when we started at 199. Much appreciated. We have some really cool stuff last week. That there's a bunch of comic reviews and trailer, and there should be a video out later today about a new anime as well that I got to watch because Funimation put out a preview. But yeah, we'll keep doing more stuff this week. Next week, we'll probably be talking a lot about the comic show because we are very excited to go back to a convention.
Yep.
So, and also maybe Furious 9 if we get to watch it by then. So yeah. Check out the channel. I may re-upload Chloe and I had a 3 or 4 hour conversation about all the Fast and Furious movies a couple years back when
I forgot about that.
When we were reviewing Looks and Hobbs, so I may re-upload the audio so people can watch that. Thanks everyone watching live. I appreciate it. And remember, once the video is done, go back and give it a like and leave a little comment. It always helps with the YouTube stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Once again, if you are a father or serve the role of a father, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to our buddy. I almost don't want to bring Josh back into the podcast. I just want to do that.
We will just play audio and video that we've already used to create a Josh of our own liking, and we'll call him Josh 2.0.
Josh 2.0. All right. Oh, one more thing before we do leave.
Really, I never. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
You did, Sam. You did. So we're gonna leave now. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye-bye.
Hail Bebo.